What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having an amazing day per usual. I hope everyone is keeping sane with this whole quarantine thing. I know it's driving me a little bit nuts just because I'm used to going to stores and being out and all that good stuff. Especially being a stay-home mom, going to the stores was a huge distraction. So now that it's closed, I'm going a little crazy. But yeah, so today I'm going to be answering some questions about Sebastian. So this is an update of Sebastian now that he's 2 years old. I remember I went ahead and did this video when he was 1 year old, and a lot of moms are just interested in knowing what I've been dealing with now that he is 2. One of the things though is that I did go back. So I went on Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me questions. So usually you're able to go back to those questions, and for some reason I click on it on my archive and my questions are not there. So basically I'm just gonna go off of what I kind of remember that the questions were, because there's not much that I can do. I don't want to go ahead and ask you guys again and think that I'm annoying on Instagram. So yeah, so if you are ready to see what Sebastian is like at 2 years old, then just keep on watching. By the way, I did burn myself with the wand. Let me actually show you guys exactly how I burned myself, okay? So I was using, you know, my favorite Foxy Bay wand, and it did me wrong. It did me dirty. Basically, I was holding it like this. You know, I was waiting for it to warm up. I was about to curl my hair. And I think Sebastian was playing with my brushes and he was about to drop the glass on my mirror. So I obviously thought it was gonna break. So my first reaction was to go like this. Oh, and then this touched me right here. So a lot of people obviously were like confused, like, how did you burn yourself, like your face? So yeah, I was holding it like this and I went like this. And I burnt myself. Literally the mark was on the curler as well. And it's pretty rough. I don't know if you guys can see, but even through my makeup, it's very ugly looking. But you know, I'm working with what I can. Accidents happen, and unfortunately that was a really bad one. Luckily it didn't hurt, it didn't burn when it happened, but I put I forgot what it's called, arnica, pomada de arnica right away. So I feel like that kind of helped. Other than that, I've been putting a different pomada, and I will be putting Savila every night just so it can hopefully erase a little bit as much as possible. But yeah, that's the story on how I got burnt. So basically Sebastian is now 2 years old. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did a little cute quarantine picture for him right there. And then I also did this one because we gifted him that little horse and he freaking loved it so much. So his birthday, obviously we were not able to do much. Everyone's doing like the parade birthday party things, but my whole family like works. My parents aren't here, George's family is not here, so who was I really gonna have to drive in front of my house, you know? But we made it special. We made the best that we could for him here at the house. And yeah, he celebrated a lot of days. He had a bunch of cakes like within like those weeks, so he's fine. So this is kind of odd because obviously I don't have the questions, so I'm like, oh, what did they ask me? But I remember one of the questions is terrible twos an actual thing? So I actually feel like there is days in which terrible twos have completely hit, because Sebastian was very kind. He was like a sweetheart. He was always hugging me. Whatever I told him to do, he would do. And then now it's kind of like I tell him to do something and he like flat on gives me an attitude. So I mean, it's good days and bad days. I don't think it's bad as people say it is. Like, it's okay. I mean, at the same time, we haven't gone out to eat, we haven't gone out to stores, so I don't know exactly how his attitude has changed in that perspective. But other than that, at the house it's been okay, but there is days in which terrible twos definitely come along. I remember another question was, is he talking? Is he saying full sentences? And what's the update on that? So Sebastian, let me go ahead and say this, Sebastian only understands Spanish. Whatever you tell him to do, he does it, but it's all in Spanish. If I tell him to do something in English, he does not understand. Ben? No? No? Like in my room, I said, but he said no. But where was I? Yeah, he only understands Spanish. Me and George and my whole family have made it a thing to shove as much Spanish as we can into Sebastian right now, just because English you can learn anytime. And I actually went ahead and posted a TikTok of him not understanding English. A lot of people were not happy about it. A lot of people were like, you better teach him English, you can teach him both. But you know what, it's my son. This is the way that we want to do it. We want to teach him Spanish, because George's first language was obviously Spanish, even though he was born here. I was born in Mexico. I didn't learn English, like I didn't even come along hearing any type of English till I was like 5 years old in kindergarten. So I think he'll be fine. You know, I turned out fine. So I think it'll be okay. I mean, there is words in which I like cannot pronounce and stuff like that, but I feel like he will be okay and there will be no problem. Adada? He keeps coming in. Ben? No? Okay. He's like, no, bye. But yeah, actually, so Sebastian just turned 2 years old, as you guys know. But there is, wherever we live right now, there is a school. I believe it's a Catholic school. So we are Catholic. So it's a Catholic school in which kids can start going whenever they are 2 years old up to like whatever age, you know. So we are thinking once this whole pandemic thing passes, we might sign him up for school, even though he is barely 2. It's kind of just so he can get some more interaction with other kids. They do have like music class, they do have Spanish class, and all these good things that are always going to benefit him in every way. I love that he keeps coming in. Ben Sebastian. He's trying to fix my ring light. He probably found one of the screws, so he's trying to fix it. But yeah, this school, basically you can choose how many days you want them to go. Obviously you have to pay, but we feel like it's worth it, because yes, I can teach him things here at home and I can read and I can teach him as much as I can, but I feel like him interacting with other people and interacting with kids, even for a couple of days, it'll be okay. For a couple hours, you know, you can choose to take him 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or whatever the case may be, but you can choose half days or full days also. So we are thinking of doing that. Let me know if any of you guys have put your kids in school at like such a young age, because we feel like that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, other than that, okay, so I had to go change Sebastian so he can go out for a walk with George, so I kind of forgot where I was. But I think I was saying that he does not say full-on sentences. I talk to him all day long. I try to explain everything, like I said, in Spanish, but like if he's going to eat, I try to explain to him like exactly what I'm gonna make for him, what I'm gonna do, how he should eat it. Like I talk to him non-stop, because at the end of the day, that's the only person that I talk to all day, you know. But I make him try to repeat words as much as I can. Like I tell him like how to say things. I'll be like, sopa, sopa, this is sopa, this is sopa, and he will just laugh and he refuses to repeat things. On the other hand though, Sebastian is so freaking independent. I'm going to try to insert clips of things that he does, but Sebastian honestly surprises me on a daily basis. Like he has been so independent since he was a little baby. He does things like, for example, if he's eating something, you know, he will go, if he spills it, he goes to the drawers, gets a towel or a napkin and cleans it up. If he sees me washing dishes, he goes, picks up his plate, throws away the food that he didn't finish, takes me his plate. Whenever he wants a bottle, he brings me the bottle, he brings me like the nipple and nipple thing, I don't know. And then he opens the fridge, and if he could reach the milk, he would grab on the milk and pour it himself. If he's thirsty, he goes, gets a cup, he serves himself water, he drinks water. There's so many freaking things that he does that it just, it's unbelievable how independent he is when it comes to this, you know. And I know a lot of kids might not be so independent. There is a lot of kids who say full-on sentences at this age as well, and every kid is completely different. I don't think we should ever compare. At the same time, I have Sebastian and I have 2 nephews, which they are only months apart. They were all born the same year, And I have a nephew that is really good at saying words. So whatever word you tell him, he says it. He'll be like, hasta mañana, or Sebastian, like clearly, you know? And my other nephew, which is my sister's son, he's very smart. He's not scared. He climbs things. He's very active and very smart. And then Sebastian is just very independent. So every little baby is so different in each way, and every way is okay, you know, as long as you are doing your best to teach him what you can, then that's perfectly fine. But yeah, he refuses to repeat words, but if I pull out a book and he will name off whatever animal, he will point at it. He knows like the fish, the mouse, the rabbit, the horse, all that good stuff, you know. His favorite words to say though are my parents' names, because he does look for my parents a lot. He says, my brother has a dog, he says her name, my nephew's names. He says things like dada, mom, I can't think of words, aquí or este or ese no. He'd be like, he's actually catching on to English though, because he'll be like, where's my shoes? Where's dad? Where's mom? Where's like, and then he'll be like, I'll be like, Sebastián, ¿quieres ir con mi papá y mi mamá? Like meaning my dad and my mom. He'll be like, yeah. So I can see how he's catching on to the English, which is cool. But yeah, I think you should teach him, like everything that Sebastian sees me do, he learns. So whether it is me cleaning, sweeping, mopping, he does it all on his own. Sometimes like I make sure to lock the Windex thing now, because he will go and grab napkins, grab the Windex, and you'll see him spraying the mirrors or whatever, and he'll clean on his own. Nobody tells him to do these things, he just does it on his own. So we try to get him stuff. So for example, we got him a little broom, a little mop, a little lawnmower, just so he can like think that he's doing things himself. And I feel like that has made him very independent. Also, whenever he eats, we've taught him to clean after, so he always grabs a napkin and he cleans his table and picks up his plate. And another question is he good at sharing? So there is good and bad days when it comes to sharing. Obviously, we don't see kids very often right now, but like whenever it's his friends, it's kind of hard for him to learn how to share, because he's always by himself, so he's used to everything being himself. But he's very, like I said, he's a very sweetheart person. So a very sweet person, ya ni puedo hablar, because if he sees that little baby is crying or something, then he will go and give him his toys and all that stuff. So we are definitely teaching him all that. He has never been the type to hit me. I know a lot of kids, like whenever like you scream at them or you hit them, they hit you back. He's never been the type to do that, so we're lucky when it comes to that. I'm trying to like remember as many questions as I can. I know another question was what size clothing is he wearing, and he is wearing 2T. The thing with pants, he is very tall, so he's tall for his age, and of course he probably got it from his daddy, because daddy is tall AF. But his pants, he's not super skinny, but he is skinny, you know, from up here. He will probably still fit in like an 18-month. A 2T might fit a little loose from the top, but even 2T sometimes fits really short, because he is tall in general, so a lot of the pants just fit him short. And yeah, but yeah, whenever it comes to his shoes, he is wearing a size 6 right now. I feel like some of the shoes, I mean, they all run different. Some shoes run like bigger than others, but he usually uses size 6. Another question was like, what is his favorite cartoon, or what is he into right now? Sebastian doesn't really watch cartoons. I try to put shows that are more like educational, so like Spanish, preferably Spanish. So whether it's like numbers, animals, he loves animals. His favorite thing right now is the horse. Like I said, we gifted him a horse, but he knows like my dad owns horses, so he's all obsessed when it comes to horses. He wants everything guaco, everything guaco, everything. So yeah, that's what he's really into. So he has also gotten into sleeping with little stuffed animals, whether it's like a little, he has like a little Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse, and he likes sleeping with them. He likes feeding them. So I feel like he will be an amazing big brother once we make him a big brother, because he likes taking care of the little animals. Even his horse, he goes and grabs freaking broccoli from the fridge and feeds his horse, supposedly. Another thing is people were curious about, is he eating more? Because I had gone on my Instagram and asked you guys like, what can I give my son because he's not eating, you know? And I feel like everybody pretty much told me that he was probably just going through a stage of him not wanting to eat. And I feel like we have good and bad days. So Sebastian is getting his back muelas, so in a lot of the videos you guys see him chewing on his fingers, and I do put like numbing cream for like kids, and I give him Tylenol, but I feel like it hurts him a lot because he's still going through it. And that's probably one of the reasons why he hasn't been eating a lot. But he's always been like not a picky eater, but he's always like ate a little bit. But he eats anything. I can give him tomatoes, I can give him beans, I can give him rice, sopa, pickles, whatever, he will eat it, but he eats a little bit. And I mean, that's okay. Whenever I take him to like his doctor appointments, they always tell me like he's okay, he's not underweight, and as long as he's still eating and whenever he wants, you know. So I try to feed him little things here and there. I try to shove things as much as I can, that way I feel like he still eats. But yeah, it's been a little bit hard. I tried giving him Pediasure. He did not want it, so now I just mix a little bit with each bottle. I try to give him less bottles, but he is so obsessed with his teta. And like through the day, like he goes and grabs his own teta, you know. But yeah, it's been okay. I got him some vitamins as well, so he's been doing a little bit better, and hopefully once his muelas come out, then he will be eating just fine. But yeah, it kind of sucks because I don't remember all the questions, and like I said, my damn Instagram is not showing them to me. But yeah, I hope I answered enough questions. If you guys have any more questions, then let them know in the comments down below, because like I said, I don't know what the heck the questions were. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, whatever comments you guys have or questions, go ahead and leave them down below. And do not forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers also that came from TikTok. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on my next. El guau guau. Ok, ¿dónde está el conejo? Yeah. ¿Dónde está el pescado? Yeah. Nos vemos pronto. Juego limpio. Parece que poco yo construye cosas hoy. No hay nada más divertido que construir una linda